Episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. It is early in the morning. It is 9 a.m. I'm still a tiny bit quote-unquote ill. I'm just not 100% whatever. But we are back here and we are talking about, I think it's going to be breakups and Stoicism. Because as far as I know, that there's still an article left that I've began talking about, but I've never ever finished it. And so I'm actually having it here on the side. There it is. There it is. Amazing. So here we go. We went through actually quite through a bit. I guess the last thing was a lifetime versus dead time, which I still believe is very important, so I do want to recap it a bit. A lifetime versus dead time. A lifetime is actually living, dead time is merely existing. And so if you're merely existing, if it's like every day is the same thing and you hate every single fucking day, this is not what life should be about. I think this is something we all know and we all realize, but it is very difficult to work against it. Whether it is because of a breakup, whether it is because of your job, all of those things that do need action that we just do not really want to take, because it is difficult, because it is something we don't want to do, a lot of work, and so on and so forth. But still, when you're noticing that you hate every single fucking day of your life, you should probably do something about that. And also no shame in needing help. This is also something I guess we went through. And I mean, the title says it all. So let's talk about focus. Stay focused on the present. Don't let your reflection on the whole sweep of life crush you. Don't fill your mind with all the bad things that might still happen. Stay focused on the present situation. Ask yourself why it is so unbelievable and can't be survived. Unbearable. When you look back at some of the most impressive, even scary things that you have overcome and endured, how were they possible? How were you able to see past the danger or the poor odds? As Marcus described, you don't fill your mind with negativity and you don't let the whole sweep of the situation crush you. A character in Chuck Palahniuk's or S novel, like the man's novel, Lullaby says, the trick to forgetting the big picture is to look at everything close up. Sometimes zooming out and grasping the big picture is important, Stoics say. Other times, though, it is counterproductive and overwhelming to be thinking of everything that lies ahead. So by focusing exclusively on the present, we are able to avoid or remove those intimidating and negative thoughts from our frame of view. Which is completely right. I would say, why is it lagging? Don't really understand. Encoding overload, consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding, but I could just also... Did I do this? No, I didn't finish it. Fuck. Let me just... I just might have really fucked up right now. I think I haven't saved it. The poster I made. But it is okay. It is what it is. I still hope that the stream is okay. It does not say any dropped frames, so it might just be laggy from my side, not from the streaming side. Probably is the case, but anyway. A man walking a tightrope tries not to think about how high up he is or how far the other side is. Like us, he's better off putting one foot in front of the other, in the present or in the very close distance. It's a pretty good metaphor. I like it. I like it because accepting what is. Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control and some things are not. It is only after you have faced up to this fundamental rule and learned to distinguish between what you can and can't control that the inner tranquility and outer effectiveness become possible. By Epictetus. And I think, yes, it is very important to notice that, and it is very important to think about that. I do also wonder, why didn't he ask me to save my file? Interesting. But anyway, don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, and then your life will flow well. Stoicism finds first and foremost teaches us that we can't control or rely on anything outside what Epictetus called our reasoned choice, our ability to use our reason to choose how we respond and reorient ourselves to external events. Something happened that we wish had not. Which of these is easiest to change, our opinion or the event that is past? Probably the event, right? The answer is obvious: accept what happened and change your wish that it had not happened. Stoicism calls this the art of acquiescence. To accept rather than fight what happens. It's also amor fati, love, faith. The most practiced Stoics take it a step further. Instead of simply accepting what happens, they urge us to actually enjoy what has happened. Whatever it is, Nietzsche, many centuries later, coined the perfect expression to capture this idea: amor fati, a love of fate, or love your fate, or love faith. Many different translations apparently. It is not just accepting, it is loving everything that happens, which brings us to always love. Hecate says, I can teach you a love potion made without any drugs, herbs, or special spell. If you would be loved, love. Seneca. In adversity, it is so easy to hate. Hate defers blame, it makes someone else responsible, it's a distraction too. We don't do much else when we're busy getting revenge or investigating the wrongs that have possibly been done to us. Does this get us any closer to where we want to be? No. It just keeps us where we are, or worse, arrests our development entirely. You know what is better? What is a better response to something you don't like? Love. That is right, love. For the parents that let you down, for the bureaucrat who lost your paperwork, for the group that rejects you, for the critic who attacks you, the former partner who stole your business idea, the bitch or the bastard who cheated on you, love. But why? Because, as the Beatles put it, in the end the life you take is equal to the life you make. Think of Martin Luther King Jr. over and over again, preaching that hate was a burden and love was freedom, love was transformational, hate was debilitating. Hate, he said, is a cancer that gnaws away at the very vital center of your life and your existence. It is like eroding acid that eats away the best and the objective center of your life. There is almost no situation in which hatred helps, yet almost every situation is made better by love or empathy. Understanding, appreciating, even situations in which you are in opposition to someone. And who knows, you might just get some of that love back. Reminds me of karma, and karma actually being pretty practical. When I'm giving a lot of love, the chances of me receiving love are way, 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 way higher compared to me just being a dumbass, being an asshole. And just, of course, people are gonna react in a certain way when I'm an asshole to them or towards them. This is just gonna happen. But of course, when I'm responding with love to them, they're also gonna react in a certain way. It just really does make sense. But yeah, with this being said, and my voice being gone